everyone, it's Ashley. Welcome back to my channel. If it's your first time watching me, welcome. I'm so glad you're here. This video is part 2 of my recent batch of empties. As promised, as I said in my first video that I did a few days back, I would be doing my part 2. So I will have one more part. I have split my vendor wax in here into 2 parts. This one and then the next one I'm going to film maybe tomorrow, maybe someday this week. I want to have everything done by the 22nd when I fly back to Pennsylvania to be with my dad for 3 to 4 weeks after his upcoming surgery. So I'm going to try. I want to, if you have been following along my channel, I've been trying to add a little bit of different content. Not necessarily lifestyle. Yes, I do skincare, makeup, and stuff, but just real life shit. And I want to document my dad's hip surgery recovery from the hospital day, overnight, and going on. I don't know if I will film my dad because I would have to talk to him about it and get his consent, but I'm thinking it would be even more impactful if I did it from a caregiver's point of view. Myself and my husband are going to be going back to help him, and I think I might try to attempt to document it. We'll see. So if that's something that you're interested in, I mean, all the attention is given to the patient, yes, sure. But sometimes if you're a caregiver, there isn't really a manual for that either. So I thought that would be something good. So, and not only that, I'm going to be doing some cooking and baking and different things back there in Pennsylvania. It's been a while since I've been back there in the winter. So maybe I'll go up and do a few fun things if I get some free time, I should say. I'm still going to be working when I'm back there, but, you know, just as I go. But enough about me. Let's talk about the wax. So just to give you a preface, a couple of the vendors that are in this, this particular episode, we have Ebony and Ivory. I haven't talked about Ebony and Ivory on my channel other than here and there. I haven't really done a formal video for Jennifer Lennox and her company, but I do have a haul up on the bed here that's been waiting patiently for a couple of weeks. I think I got it before Christmas to be filmed. So, but I wanted to get these empties done because I know a lot of people look forward to empties videos from us creators and just how those blends perform in our home. And if it's something that you happen to have in yours too, you know, they give you hope that you're going to experience the same thing. We have Ebony and Ivory. I have a little bit of rainbow melts. I have a couple onesie twosies. I have Noel's Farm. It's been a while since I've talked about Travis's wax. I have Everything Vice with Lulu Haggerty. I've got a bunch of Second and Spruce, Erica Kane. Pre-orders coming up on Friday about that one. Your girl's got to be really good, but I don't know if I'm going to be successful. We've got Glitterati. Miss Janine Genzano, she had a pre-order this past week. Congrats to you if you participated in that. We've got some Lavender and Speckles. Pre-order was today. Congrats to you guys if you participated in that one. And we have another one coming up here, Dessa's Homespun Scents, and her pre-order is this coming Saturday, the 17th. Stay tuned for my breakdown video of all of the wonderful creations that Dessa's offering us this time around. And then I have a couple from Rose Girls. So let's go ahead and dive right into this guy. So I'll just keep them in the same order that I talked about from top to bottom. I do have my drink here in case I need to take a sip. I've got some iced tea with some lemon there today. Hope everyone has had a spectacular week. Happy New Year to you guys. I think we can still say Happy New Year. It's the 10th. I think we should probably just cut it off after this. But Happy New Year to you guys if you haven't watched me in the meantime. Everything's good on our end here. I'm just trying to stay healthy. My husband too. I got to be healthy. Or traveling coming up and helping my dad, of course. So let's go ahead and get started with wax. I have 3 clams here from Ebony and Ivory. Ebony and Ivory is owned by Jennifer Lennox, and I think she's from Juliet. Oh man, what state is she in? I don't remember. I'm sorry. Not Arkansas, I don't think, but I can't remember. I'm sorry. I used to remember everybody, and I do for the most part, but it's just escaping me. I'm sorry. So this first one here, we're going to start out with a banger. This is Coconut Milk and Lavender Cream, and this is one of her most popular scents, one of her best sellers, a fantastic one, and the one that I had been in Jennifer's group for quite some time, and actually I won months and months and months and months ago a sampler of Jennifer's wax that I used, and I might have talked about a few here and there in my one of my Empties videos. I can't tell you when, but I have had her wax before. It's a semi hard, not super hard texture, but I really like it. Of course, those are the only textures I've used in my home. If she has, I can't, I think I ordered a few tubs. I ordered a little bit of different variety this time. I got some perfumes and some body care, I think, in that order that is waiting very patiently to be filmed. But I had to grab this. This is coconut milk and lavender, which is a single oil. And it's one of my personal favorite lavender oils, if not my favorite lavender oil, if I have to really be hard pressed to give you one. It's got sugar milk and sugar cookies. So this is basically, if you like coconut milk and lavender and bakery play beautifully together, in my opinion. And a lot of you guys feel so too, because there's a ton of lavender bakery blends out there. This is spectacular. You add a little bit of creamy richness to coconut milk and lavender, and you've got coconut milk and lavender cream. So bravo on that one. Next one here I want to talk about. You can still smell a little bit of remnants in here. This is salty cinnamon buns. Salty cinnamon buns. This is iced cinnamon rolls. Don't be salty, which is, I think, I don't know if that has salty sea air in it or what actually the oils are in there. And then she says, get your bread, which is zucchini. So this is zucchini bread and cinnamon rolls. And this was wonderful too. I really liked this. I love zucchini bread blends. So I kind of gravitate to bakery and zucchini bread. That was one of my original loves in the wax industry. I'm celebrating 5 years in vendor wax world this month. I still haven't given up my love for zucchini bread. In fact, my very first vendor order, if you've been watching me all those years, actually, and I didn't start my channel until my November of the year that I started. So my channel will be 5 in November. I can't believe it. It's a whole hand, like I said when I turned 5. But I didn't do a video of my very first, you don't really know you're going to do videos when you first go into something until the spark strikes you, in my opinion. That's what it did with me. I just woke up one day and said, I think I'm going to start a YouTube channel. And here it is, blossomed into what it is. And it's tiny, yes, but I've met so many wonderful folks throughout the years and have developed a lot of deep and close friendships with you guys. So zucchini bread is one of my favorite oils. And why I was telling you that little backstory is Destination Wax was my nose itches. She was my very first vendor order, and she's actually retiring after this next pre-order, and then whatever extra she has left. Rebecca and Jim Harris, Destination Wax. The 15th is the pre-order. And if you want to grab some last minute things from Destination Wax to try to stock up on, or just, give her one last order, nice morale boost out into retirement, it's the 15th. So I like this one. I love cinnamon. Cinnamon's already in zucchini bread oils. Some are spicier than others, but this is a very wonderful blend. I do like that one a lot. And the last one I have for Ebony and Ivory is Comfort Cozy. Comfort Cozy is another lavender blend. This is Vanilla Bean Noel, Cashmere Woods, and coconut milk. So this one, I really like this one too. So once again, we have the base of coconut milk and lavender, and then Cashmere Woods is creamy. I wouldn't call it masculine or anything. It's very woodsy, very creamy. And then Vanilla Bean Noel is just there for, extra sweetness and a little bit of bump of caramel. Because I get caramel from Vanilla Bean Noel. And fun tip, if you guys like body lotions or hand creams or anything, and if you've yet to try the EOS or EOS, however you pronounce it, I say EOS because that's just me. The Vanilla Cashmere smells like Vanilla Bean Noel used to, back when it first came out, before they diluted it down so much it smells like chemicals now to me. It is rich and creamy and luscious. So if you're looking for the vintage Vanilla Bean Noel and you have yet to try the Vanilla Cashmere from EOS, you're welcome. So next, let's go ahead. And talk about Rainbow Melts. Okay, Rainbow Melts is owned by Crystal and Martin Grenier from. Oh man, she's in Alabama. Am she in Alabama? Let me think. No, she's not. She's in Kentucky. Man, it's escaping me tonight. She's somewhere. I'm trying to think of the address on the boxes when I get it. Madisonville, Kentucky. Is that right? Madisonville, Kentucky. She's something like that, I think. So, anyways, she finished the winter pre-order or the November, December pre-order. I didn't order. Or if I did, I have no recollection of it. And I guess when a package shows up, I'll know I ordered, but I'm pretty sure I didn't order. This first one here was a custom of mine. I've been lucky enough to have customs twice with Crystal, and if you are a fan of Rainbow Melts, or if you haven't, tried Crystal's wax out yet, it performs spectacularly well in my home. She's got beautiful, vibrant colors, hence the name Rainbow Melts, and longevity, great shelf life. It's great texture, cuts well, and performs beautifully in my home. And she's really good at bakery stuff. So this first one I called Cocoa Sweet Shop. This is coconut cream pie, caramel coffee, zucchini bread, and pretzel. Okay. I don't know if I should say this yet, but I'm just going to. Her next pre-order is coming up. Did she do something today? Or is it next week? I don't remember, but it's sometime, maybe it's today. The coffee sampler that is being offered, I helped Crystal with some blends for that one. I sent her, she asked me if I wanted to collaborate with her on that one. I sent her over a bunch of Brain Children of coffee blends. This one might be on it. I don't know if it's going to be in the final selection of the coffee sampler, but I did help with that, and I'm a coffee wax hoe, to use, I think Jenny Gilmore uses the term hoe. I love my coffee. So Cocoa Sweet Shop. This has a little bit of nice balanced yeasty and salty pretzel with a bump of coffee and that creaminess of the zucchini bread and the coconut cream pie. Crystal does have a spectacular zucchini bread oil too. Next one here is Drenched Cookie. This was poured back in August, so this was that pre-order. We have Velvet Plum and Sugared Violets, and then Vanilla Orchid, Amber, Sheer, Sandalwood, and Cookie Heaven. Cookie Heaven is a house blend of hers that's a bunch of cookie oils blended together. This one has a Delicia Drench, number 59, I believe. I'm actually wearing that today, by the way. This was drenched with bakery. And if you haven't tried it yet, and you do like drenched, and you do like bakery, maybe try this one on for size next time it's available, or throw it on your customs list, or just, try to experiment and blend it at your home if you have the appropriate stuff to kind of be close to it. So this was Drenched Cookie. This was in like a breakaway bar, not a breakaway bar, a brittle form. Okay. Next, this was I might sneeze. I bought a advent calendar from Crystal this year, and this was one of the blends that blew me away. This is a 12 Days of Christmas, Day 19. This is Vanilla Snowflake, Coffee House, and Sugared Snickerdoodle Cookies. I mean, I had to fall in love with the coffee one, right? This was beautiful. Vanilla Snowflake is a Bath & Body Works scent. It was actually out at Christmas time, and the candles, if you participated in Candle Day or any candle buying at Bath & Body Works this last season. It has a little bit of coconut in it, a little bit of mint, and it's creamy and luscious, and I really like Vanilla Snowflake. So that's in here. The Coffee House is a really nice balance of creamy coffee. And then you have the Sugared Snickerdoodle Cookies, which is sugar and cinnamon and dough. So I really liked Day 19. I wouldn't be upset if this came back again. We'll leave it at that. Next, I have Day 14 from the 12 Days of Christmas sampler. This is Salty Pretzels, Vanilla Cake Pops, and Nutmeg and Spice. I love nutmeg and spice. Nutmeg is such a underrated oil. I think it adds something beautiful and earthy to blends. I talked about this in my last Empties video when I talked about my candles and stuff. I've talked about Slatkin's Creamy Nutmeg when he was working with Bath & Body Works. Why the man has not brought Creamy Nutmeg to Homeworks, I have no idea. But I don't know, maybe he has. I don't get great performance from Slatkin's products now in my home. I've tried, I've been burned, and I said not again. I almost got tempted last year, but I said nope. You get pissed off at it and throw it in the garbage. So no, Ashley, save your money. And so I wish that creamy nutmeg would make a return in some way, shape, or form. I had a couple of vendors trying to see if creamy nutmeg oil exists. If you know that it exists and it is the true dupe, I haven't smelled it for years, but it is burned in my brain if I smelled it again. It's strong as hell. It almost burns your nose a little bit how strong it is. But of course, this was way back in the 90s when stuff was actually made quality-wise from Bath and Body Works. That's another story. But I loved creamy nutmeg. So I was really attracted to this blend here. The pretzels are salty, yes, but the sweetness from the cake pops really balance that out. I loved that blend. And the last one here I have here from Rainbow Melts is Vanilla Sky. So Vanilla Sky is Boardwalk Marshmallow Clouds, Vanilla Wafers, and Vanilla Caramel. Vanilla Sky has kind of a little bit of a viral, in our community at least, following with this past spring and early summer. There's Pumpkin Sky, there's Peppermint Sky. I mean, this is kind of like growing into a wonderful little collection, which I'm happy about. If you like Boardwalk Marshmallow Clouds, you would like this blend. But if you don't even try. If you want to try, get a tiny size, because this is Boardwalk Marshmallow Clouds, basically, with a little bit of creamy vanilla to it. And a little touch of caramel, but honestly, it was just a really nice, sophisticated version of Boardwalk Marshmallow Clouds to my nose. Next, I have my single ladies here. We have Beach Bronze from Knowles Farm. That's Travis Knowles from somewhere in the middle part of the country. I don't remember right now. I haven't ordered from Travis for quite some time. This is the Cheirosa number 62, which is Boom Boom. And this is pistachio, almond, jasmine, caramel, sandalwood, and vanilla. So this is just his take on Boom Boom. It was just like, you know, all the other Boom Booms I've smelled out there. I haven't smelled a Boom Boom from any vendor that hasn't smelled like the authentic one from Sol de Janeiro. It's kind of like milk from Commodity. They're all probably made by the same manufacturer on the oil side. Then the next one here is Everything Vice. Everything Vice is Lulu Haggerty from, no, that's the wrong way. Lapeer, Michigan. She actually puts it on her bags. Not all vendors do, but Lapeer, Michigan. This is one I bought a while ago. This was poured in May of last year. No, May of 24. Man, almost 2. But I saw this. I chopped this up when I was condensing earlier I shouldn't say earlier this year, we are in January, but last year, I was condensing down a lot of wax, taking a lot of wax downstairs in my storage area where I have more room, especially tubs and such that, you know, keep that scent in a long time. So I was going through and finding just random shapes and sizes that I wanted to use up, because stuff like this is kind of hard to store, in my opinion, not as easily as tubs or even loaves or flat brittle bars or such. Ariel is cotton candy, watermelon, white cake, and salty Sierra. And don't be scared of the salty Sierra in this variety. This one is very much creamy and fruity with the watermelon, cotton candy, and the white cake. I got this blend because I love watermelon white cake or watermelon cake, and I thought that might have been one of the oils. Maybe she used watermelon cake, maybe she didn't. But I thought that would be beautiful with cotton candy and with a touch of salty Sierra. So I liked that. Everything Wax, for the most part, it performs well in my home. She does use she uses a blend of, I believe she uses apricot wax and coconut. I want to say, so it's not on here, but she has a different wax blend than some other vendors that I support, or that I guess I should say I've tried. Nothing has ever been apricot wax based for me, but sometimes some of her blends have an underlying scent to it where I know it's the wax because it's consistent throughout blends. And if you have, I know there's several of you out there who've experienced that same thing. And I think Lulu's even commented on it. If you're smelling that same underlying scent, that is the wax. So that's how it was explained to me, and that's what I've read in her group. I haven't made an order from Lulu for a while. I don't know what I'm going to be purchasing again. I'm I'm on a different year. I've turned a different page, and I've got to be really mindful of my purchases this year with wax, because I gotta taper down what I have significantly this year. It's getting out of control. It's been out of control. It's just it's something it's a goal of mine. So next, Second and Spruce. Okay, Second and Spruce is owned by Erica and Slade Kane from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. I know that one because she's in my dad's backyard. I was born in a little place called Washington, Pennsylvania, and it's not, I shouldn't say little, it's not little, but that's where I was born there, and that's about 25 minutes or so from Pittsburgh. So Washington is where I was born, and Washington is maybe 40 minutes away from my dad. It just, if you ever been to Pennsylvania, this is Erie, this is Philadelphia, I'm right here. I am directly south from Erie. So if you ever been to Pennsylvania, maybe one of these days I will be able to meet Erica in person. We've talked about it, but it's just hasn't been able to be executed. So let's go ahead and talk about her wax though. This next pre-order, sorry, my nose is itching me today for some reason. Her next pre-order is the One inspired pre-order, the Friends inspired pre-order. She has a lot of good blends cooked up her sleeve, cooking up and stuck up her sleeve, I should say, ace up her sleeve, however you want to call it. I talked to her about a couple of different blends that I gave her some feedback on a tester that she put in my box of Friendsgiving. I gave her my honest feedback on that one. That's going to be tweaked a little bit and put on the list. And there's another one that she asked my opinion on that's going to be there that I've ranted and raved about. Last year, Girlfriends. So that one's going to be on the list again. And then she has another few surprises up her sleeve with the Friends pre-order. So that's going to be Friday. I don't remember what time it is, but hers are a little bit later in the evening. So congratulations to you if you're getting ready for that one. I don't think the list has been formally released yet, unless it has been tonight. I haven't been on Facebook a lot today. I had to train somebody this morning quickly in a new position that they're holding. And then I went to lunch with my husband. We went to Walmart. And I've been playing around the house, laundry, and playing with Poppy and stuff. So I just haven't really been on social a lot, so just pardon me if she's already released her list. This was a sample I got, and a lot of you guys got this one too. This is Rosetta Coast. I'm pretty sure this one's going to be on the pre-order. Erica usually sends out a few blends as samples in her pre-order that she's thinking about offering in the future, and she wants feedback on it to know how to tweak it finally before it is offered on the pre-order. So this is Beach Party, which is her Beach Nights blend. Commodity Milk, Delicia Drench, Warm Vanilla Sugar, and Rich Vanilla. This one is beautiful. It is Beach Nights heavy, but I can tell there's commodity milk in here, and I can definitely tell there's warm vanilla sugar. I don't get so much Delicia Drench. That is number 59. It is there slightly, but this is mostly a beach party blend. I really get that. That's the dominant note to me in this one here. Next one, this is an old scent. This is from January of 24. He's almost 2. This is Yeti. Now, this was a very unique scent to me. This is creamy peppermint, woods, moss, and citrus. This was different. Different as in not terrible, because I wouldn't have finished it. I would have thrown it away. Different as in I haven't really had a lot of peppermint and citrus and woodsy blends before. It was different. I could only tolerate a little bit of a piece of it at a time because it was just so incredibly strong. Would I want to buy this one again? If you haven't and you're very intrigued by that unique mixture of oils and she ever offers it again, sure, try it. But for me, I know how long it took me to use this. Was I in love with it? No. I usually used it as a background scent to bump up a peppermint factor of something else that I was warming that had peppermint in it. But I don't hate it. If I got it in a box, a mystery box or something, or a random act of kindness, I'd warm it. I'd be happy. But I don't know if I would buy this one again. So this is Yeti. Next, I have a little, this is old too. This is from November of 23. November of 23, back when Erica was doing her little samplers at Christmas time. These are the little guys. Remember these guys? If you've been shopping with her that long, you will. These were the, she dipped her toe into doing scoopable wax a few years ago. And it was a little Christmas sampler where it had a little jar of the, Oh Christmas Tree, I think it's what it was. It's down in my kitchen tote. Oh Christmas Tree of the pine scoopable wax. And then she added in 3 squares so you could make your own pine. There was this is milk and cookies, so have a pine and milk and cookies vibe. There was a cranberry garland, I think. And there was one more. What was the last one? Was it peppermint? I don't remember. But this is just her house blend of sugar cookies, buttercream, and sweet milk. This is milk and cookies. This is her, if you ever had her clams before, it's the same texture that was in her clams. I really wish she would bring back her scoops because those were, I liked it a lot. I really did. Next one here, this is from the recent pre-order. This is fried dough in apple butter glaze. OMG, oh my Atlanta, oh my Lord, everything. This is wonderful. It's her house blend of fried dough, brown sugar, apple butter glaze. So this is that fried dough. Fried dough is that nice greasy concoction that we get from summertime fairs with a little bit of cinnamon sugar on it. And it's not greasy off-putting, but it just, you can smell when something's fried, especially baked good. That's what that smells like. But she has delicious sweet apple butter glaze on top. Perfect for fall. I really, really, really liked that blend. I have more of it. I bought that in her RTS, her email RTS that she usually does after pre-orders, or at least she did the last couple of pre-orders. I got more. So if you're looking forward to warming that puppy, it's a good one. Another one from that pre-order. This is Nutcracker Cocoa. Nutcracker Cocoa. I can smell it through the bag. So this one is hot cocoa, roasted chestnuts, pecans, brown sugar, vanilla cream, and hint of cinnamon. So this one was an amped up, creamy version of hot chocolate. I could tolerate this one. A chocolate wax and I aren't really friends, but I warmed this and I bought another one of it in the RTS. So I really liked this one. I like that she added the chestnuts in there to kind of cut a little bit of the artificialness that chocolate just doesn't translate beautifully into wax, in my opinion. I can't get any cinnamon, but I think the brown sugar and pecans is the same 2 oils that are used in latte da. So if you like the bakery notes of latte da, you might like this. It's just chocolate instead of coffee. So that's that one. Next, this is the Friendsgiving sampler. This is cookie dough ice cream, blackberry jam butter cookies, hazelnut cream, and almond. So with this one here, this was a little tester. This was a milk cup. When I warmed this, I only really got blackberry jam butter cookies. It's not bad. It's a creamy blackberry jam butter cookies. The hazelnut cream, the cookie dough ice cream, they kind of got lost in the background because blackberry jam butter cookies is a strong oil. So I gave my feedback to Erica, and she actually said that she agrees. I don't know if that was the general feedback from other people that she sent this to, or she decided on her side. She's going to take out the blackberry jam butter cookies and put a mixed berry oil or sorts. I don't remember what she called it right now, but it's like it's still in the berry category. It's just one that she thinks will go better with these other notes that will let some of these other guys shine through. So I trust Erica with it. She wanted our feedback and we gave it, and she's tweaking it how she thinks it will just improve. So that's Friendsgiving. That's going to be on the list. This next one here is Cookies at the North Pole. I've had this one before. This is milk and cookies, buttermints, vanilla mint, and hint of cool peppermint. So if you like buttermints, which I do, with bakery, yes, please, I'll have some more. I've had this before. It's fantastic. I bought it again and I finished it. I cheated on you guys and didn't do a chop and chat when I chopped up these things. But I mean, I don't really have time, especially when my husband is home from work sometimes. It's not golf season anymore, so he's not out of the house for a while. But he and his buddy just signed up for the golf simulator, so they're going to be going a little bit more often. So might have some chop and chats coming up. So this one was great. I liked this one, but I like a nice sweet peppermint bakery. Next one, last one I should say I have from Second and Spruce is Cocoa Lemon Milk and Cookies. So another milk and cookies blend. This is from the June pre-order. This is toasted coconut, coconut cream pie, lemon drop cookies, lemon buttercream, and milk and cookies. This one, yes please. I love a good lemon bakery. My husband does as well. I love to keep the lemon bakery going. And this, I have several of these. I think I finished this one up. I think I have my second one in my chopping basket for whenever I get to that. I might do some more tonight. I'm not sure. I've got to chop up some midnight campsite. I've got to chop up some yummy stuff. So I just went through some of my wax. I'm putting together some random acts of kindness that I'm going to be shipping out before I go to my dad's. I'm trying to just make a decision. If I'm not grabbing for it, it's not speaking to me, or my husband doesn't like it. He recently has notified me that IHOP, or Breakfast Cafe from Sassy Girl Aroma, he thinks is vomity, and about broke my damn heart into, because IHOP is one of my favorite coffee blends. And I told him, you do realize that you have been smelling this for 5 years? And he said, yes, but it smells like vomit now to me. So I'm like, shit, I've got to warm it when he's at work now. So yes, I'm just going through, just making decisions and putting stuff into a few envelopes and a few boxes for you guys out there. And so if you're the lucky recipient, watch your mail. So no, I don't have a ton. I'm getting rid of just a little bit, but I've been going through restocking my warming tote. I'm going to really try to get some dent made in it this next couple of weeks before I go out of town. And then I've got I pulled some Rose Girls. I haven't warmed a lot of Rose Girls in a long time. I pulled some Rose Girls. I pulled some Dessas, making space there. I just put my pre-order away, by the way. I got some Glitterati out, and I got some other vendors here and there that I'm working on. So anyways, this one here is delicious. It's nice lemon bakery. If you like lemon bakery, that one won't let you down. Next, we have Glitterati. Glitterati is owned by Janine Genzano from Chapel Hill, North Carolina. Congratulations to Janine for her wonderful pre-order that was open a while. I think she opened it at 7 p.m. Eastern and she closed it at 11 p.m. Eastern. So 4 hours it was open. That's wonderful. This is one of my favorite scents from Glitterati. Janine has a wonderful take on bakery blends, and she has one of the creamiest and most delicious zucchini bread oils that I've ever smelled. And my favorite bakery blend, if you know me from Glitterati, is what? Lou's Bakery. Lou's Bakery, every time it's offered by itself, I get a loaf of it. I love it. There were a few blends with it in it this past time. I only bought a few items from this past pre-order, almond macaron and a couple of other zucchini bread blends, because I really wanted to be intentional with my purchases this year with wax. So why I'm telling you all that is this is my favorite blend with Lou's and zucchini bread in it. This is Common Sense. I just started this brittle the other day. It's already gone. This is Lou's Bakery, which is a wonderful, fattening, delicious, indulgent smelling bakery scent. Sugar cookies, vanilla custard, and zucchini bread. So this here, you can really tell the zucchini bread is there, but it's extra rich and ooey gooey, like dripping with sugar scent. Not sweet, sickly sugar. Yummy, fattening, delicious, creamy sugar. So, Common Sense. I should know better. I should have common sense to buy a loaf of Common Sense. So, there we go. Next time it's offered, I will. This other one here is a screamer of a hit. This is Strawberry Yeast Rolls. I know April Lee, if she's watching, she likes this one. I think that she has struggled with having Glitterati perform in her home since she moved to Alabama, maybe. Maybe I got that. I know I saw her say she's had some trouble with vendors performing in her new home, which, yes, that happens. Candles smell differently at my dad's house, and wax swarms differently at my dad's house than it does here. So all the atmosphere stuff, all the humidity, the dryness, the moisture levels, which is humidity, I guess, yeah, but you know what I mean, like the temperature in your home, the placement of the the ducts in your home, the airflow in your home where there's natural drafts, if you have fans on or fans from above, all those things make a difference. So strawberry yeast rolls is ripe sweet strawberries and fresh baked yeast rolls. In fact, I might get another one of these out of my Glitterati drawer because I've got wax out of my ears in this place. So strawberry yeast rolls. If you like strawberry rolls, you would like this one here. I wouldn't be off put by the yeast fact of it. It's just those dinner rolls kind of a vibe. If you like sweet strawberry, this is sweet strawberry. Next we have Yonkers. Somebody told me, I think Stephanie, what's her last name? I haven't seen her in the wax groups in a while, but Stephanie told me to buy Yonkers. This is lavender, strawberry, pink sugar, and cotton candy. This was wonderful. I really liked this blend. I love lavender and strawberry together. You just add a little bit of pink sugar to it, and it jumps that sweet factor up quite a lot. And then the cotton candy there is nice and sweet and yummy and luscious. A sweet lavender blend. Next we have Shaggy. This is the second time. This is from February 24th. These were both souffles, by the way. This is Shaggy. I've had this one before from Janine. This is Palo Santo, lavender, coconut, and marshmallow fluff. So if you like lavender and Palo Santo, this is what this one basically smells like to me. Has a little touch of coconut, not too bad. The lavender and Palo Santo are definitely forefront in the sniff to my nose. So this is Shaggy. Shaggy. Okay, we're going to switch gears. I have two vendors left if you're keeping track. We have Lavender and Speckles. Okay, Lavender and Speckles is owned by Beth and Matt Wilson from Rogersville, Alabama. That's where she's from. Congratulations to Beth and team for your pre-order today, sugar-coated for Valentine's Day. That's what her theme was this time. So lots of good blends on that list there. The first one I want to talk about here is blueberry French toast and coffee. This was a sample I got, and I think it was more like a tester because it has a handwritten label here. But oh my goodness gracious me, this blueberry French toast and coffee is dynamite, spectacular, delicious. I would order this again in a heartbeat. If I was on the customs list, this would be on it. If you happen to get vanilla, what was it called? Oh man, I can't remember what, Vanilla Crush. If you happen to buy Vanilla Crush, that was a custom of mine, and it is fantastic. So if you got that, I hope you really, really like it. The other one on there that was a custom of mine a long time ago that's been offered a lot is Candy Cane Beach. Those two there. And then there's another one on there, Coastal Pine Cones and Ivory Soap. I don't think that one was probably a grand seller, but Ivory Soap, if you like the old, I'm not talking about the body wash. I have Ivory body wash in my shower right now, and I'm not in love with it. Every time I use it, I'm like, I really don't like this, but I don't want to waste it. I'm talking about the Ivory Soap, the kind that floats, the old Ivory Soap. That's what it smells like. So those are my three blends, but I want this to come back. Maybe it's coming back for Gilmore Girls. I don't know. I'll have to talk to Beth to see if this one is going to be offered again. Because if you like blueberry French toast and coffee, yes. Next, we have Fall Fresh Strawberries. This is Sweater Weather. You know me and my Sweater Weather blends. Sweater Weather, sweet strawberry, and sugar cookies. Trust me, try it. Yes, this works. I can attest to it. Sweater Weather and strawberry? Who would have thunk it? Sweater Weather, strawberry, and cookies? Who would have thought of that? Not me. Not me. This was great. I don't know if this was a happy accident like Mountain Espresso was, but this was really good. I could really get, yes, Sweater Weather is a dominant note because it's strong as hell. But the strawberry, I could smell that. And I really could smell a little bit of the richness of the Sugar Cookie Royale. I really could. And it blew me away. I love this. I love this. Fall Fresh Strawberries. Beautiful. Next one is one of my favorite ones I think I have ever purchased from Beth. I've been buying from her for a couple of years. Sweet Pumpkin Coconut Shortbread. I've talked about this one before. This is fantastic. This is Pumpkin Caramel Swirl from Bath and Body Works. That's a strong one, if you remember that one. The candle is a fantastic performer. The next note here is vanilla coconut and then coconut shortbread cookies. Pumpkin and coconut go together beautifully. If you're afraid of it, try it next time it's pumpkin season. Or if you still are warming fall scents, try a little bit on the side. Pumpkin and coconut are wonderful together. And the little bit of the bakery that's in here just takes it to the next level. I loved this. It's beautiful. I had this going do I have this going downstairs right now? I have another container of this. It's either that or Hide from. I think I had Hide from Teddy B's. Oh my God, Hide! If you bought Hide, I'm not finished with it yet, or I would talk about it. Teddy B's is in my next video. Maybe by the time I film it, I'll have it finished. Blackberry and Earl Grey tea. Oh my God, Hide is beautiful, but I'm talking about this one right here. Sweet pumpkin coconut bread is a winner. Coconut and pumpkin are friends, and a little bit of the caramel makes it a family, I should say. Next one here is the Best Fall Blend. This was actually a custom of mine a couple of years ago. We have caramel apple pie, pie crust, pumpkin, buttercream, and zucchini bread. So yes, this one could stand to be a little bit stronger. I think the either the zucchini bread element or the caramel apple element could be a little bit stronger in this blend. But nonetheless, it's a great background scent to blend with something else. I think this one could stand to have a little bit more intensity in the oils. But it's a good one nonetheless. And this last one here, Fall Surf. She started with Vanilla Surf, which is a Scentsy blend, I believe. And she's just, every pre-order, she has a Vanilla Surf blend on there. I don't remember what it was called this past time, but this one here is her fall version. We have Vanilla Surf, Apples and Leaves, Oak and Fig. This was wonderful. I can't really tell how much of it was Vanilla Surf, quite honestly, but the apples and leaves and the woodsiness of it, it gave me the perfect autumnal vibe that I was looking for and craving the last couple of months. I haven't done wax empties for a while, so that's why I got some of these in here. Next, I'm sorry, we have two vendors left, Rose Girls and Dessa, so I'm sorry, I forgot about Rose Girls. I only have a couple. So we have Lavender Fireside Cookies. Dessa's Homespun Scents is owned by Dessa Bonner from, she's in Beaver Creek, Ohio. And like I said earlier, her pre-order is this Saturday the 17th, 11 a.m. Eastern Time, 10 a.m. Central, 9 a.m. Mountain, and 8 a.m. Pacific, I'm sorry. And then whatever Hawaiian and Alaskan time is. Lavender Fireside Cookies. This is a nice lavender cookies and marshmallow fireside. I don't really need to talk about this one that much. Most likely, if you have had a lavender blend, or you like lavender, I should say, that's probably a little bit more accurate to say, you've had something like this. It's good. She is just dipping her toe into getting comfortable with lavender, because she's told me she doesn't really care for lavender, but she's falling in love with it more and more that she experiments around with it and trusts herself. So, Lavender Fireside Cookies. Next, we have French Alps. This is a beautiful scent. Dessa does pine very well, in my opinion. So we have pine, evergreen, spruce, fresh mountain air, and cinnamon and cloves. I really liked this one. I warm probably exclusively pine and spice stuff the week of Christmas. I don't have a real Christmas tree. I don't even have a big Christmas tree because I have a cat. And if you have a cat, you know what I mean. And my little girl, she's a good girl. But she's also a spicy little girl sometimes too, and she'll get her ass up in the tree. I know she will, and I don't want her to get hurt. I don't want a big cleanup, and I don't want my stuff to break. And that's just, I have a small tree. That is what it is. So this is something that I warmed that whole week. It smells like I have a tree in my home. I really liked this one because I liked the little bit of the essence of the cinnamon and clove that was added in with the pine. Just made me feel like it was a sophisticated ski lodge on a nice rich ski trip, or something like outdoorsy but comforting at the same time. Next one is Winter Glow. I just got some more of this in the last pre-order. We have Pepperberry Wreath, Buttercream Frosting, White Cake, and By the Fireplace. So it has a little touch of smokiness to it from By the Fireplace. I personally could stand for a little bit more touch of smoke from this. Not stinky smoke like, wood burning, but sweet smoke. Do you know what I mean? Like marshmallow fireside. Um, but I know By the Fireplace is it's a perfume. So Pepperberry Wreath, if you like Christmas at Santa's from Sassy Girl Aroma, that's what this one is. The same oil, basically. Buttercream Frosting is a little bit fruity to my nose. I like this. It's nice. Most people do like the scent. It's even one you could warm all year round, in my opinion. Winter Glow. Next, we have one of her top sellers of all time. We have Sugared Zucchini Streusel. That is in this, it's actually one of the blends that's in the sampler that Dessa is going to be offering. I actually asked her several weeks back if she ever thought about doing samplers, and she, I am Dessa's moderator, if you did not know that. I asked her if she ever thought about doing samplers, because I know I love a good sampler, and I know a lot of people do too. And she said that she did them in the past, and she just really, with her working full time in the past and having structured pre-orders spaced out, she didn't really have much flexibility in doing so, or space. But now that she's retired, almost a year, believe it or not, she felt comfortable offering one sampler this next time, and that's the favorites. So she did ask me my opinion on a couple of blends to put on there, and had to make a couple of cuts at the end, but I think she ultimately ended up with 15 of her best sellers for $40. I think that's what it was when I looked at her list. I've got to do that video, like I said, sometime this week. I'm going to have it up probably, I gotta look at my calendar this week to see what appointments I have, but I'm gonna try to get it up no later than Wednesday, so that gives you guys several days to start a list, revise a list, throw away your list and start again, or ignore it. So by Saturday. But this one is zucchini bread, sugar cookies, and cinnamon streusel crumble. I really like this one. Now, Dessa's zucchini bread is very creamy. If you don't like a spicy zucchini bread, but just an extra creamy one, that's where you want to try Dessa's zucchini bread. And it blends, you can bump up the spice. You can put a little bit of an extra zucchini bread in it from another vendor. Yes, I do warm two vendors in the same warmer sometimes to amp it up a little bit to appease your nose. The sugar cookies is very, very rich and creamy too, and the cinnamon streusel crumble is cinnamon sugar heavy. It's not anything that's spicy cinnamon. The next one here is Cold Barn Mornings. This is Step into the Barn on a cold, dewy fall morning. This is one of my favorite fall blends from any vendor. This and Cabin in the Woods from Dessa 2. I don't think I have that one in here. I think I have a couple more downstairs for that one. This is Bales of Hay. I love hay. Bales of Hay, cedarwood, and damp morning air. This just speaks to me in a way that touches my soul. As a child that lived in the country, my dad still lives in the country. He's lived in that house for 30 years. He just celebrated 30 years in the house where he is. I didn't have apples growing up, but I had dirt and leaves and hay, plentiful hay, and outdoor smells. And I told my husband when we were back in the summertime this past August for my dad's 80th, and even the time before, because I went back at the end of May, beginning of June, right before my birthday, to my dad's. And, if you live in a large city where there's a lot of pollution and smog and such, getting a deep breath of fresh air in is tough. One thing I recognized instantly is when my dad picks me up from the airport, we pull in, one of the first things I do, I don't know if I'll do it now in the winter because I don't know what the weather's going to be like when I land. I go into his driveway and I just take a big deep breath and I smell nature. I smell that clean, crisp air. I smell that home scent. It's very, very grounding to me, very spiritual to me almost. I'm not saying that this evokes all of that, but this touches that same part of my soul that big deep breath of fresh air does. So that's why this one is one of my favorite scents. It is crisp, it's clean, it's very autumnal. Not pumpkins and such, but just clean, fresh fall. Yes. Next, we have Cider Creek Lodge. This is cider lane, birch trees, and warm cedar wood. I love cedar, blended with a little bit of caramel apple, which is your cider lane, and touch a little bit of birch in there, and you've got Cider Creek Lodge. It's a little woodsy, a little appley. It's fall. That's if you don't like cider lane, don't try that blend. Cider lane is dominant in that one. I happen to like it, but I've got to be careful with caramel apple because I love it so much and I warm it so much. I got burned out on it a couple of years ago, and I'm at that point now where I can't really do a lot of caramel apple all the time. I've got to be very, very, very smart with when I warm it because I can get disgusted by it very, very easily. I'm at that point again with Mac Apple. I didn't warm Mac Apple for several years, and then I started to, late summer, early fall last year, and I'm sick of it again. It makes me nauseous. So Mac Apple is on my enemy list, but I'm friends with it sometimes too. Okay, this next one is chocolate dipped orange slices. Sorry, I bumped my tripod. Chocolate dipped orange slices. If you want something different in the morning and an alternative to coffee, there's a beverage called Perk. Not sponsored or anything, I'm just sharing something from my life. Perk has 100 milligrams of caffeine in it, and that's about the same as a cup of coffee. And it's like hot chocolate. They have a flavor that is cinnamon dipped orange. And I purchased some of it recently. It just arrived yesterday. And I love chocolate oranges. I wish they weren't $5 a piece now. They were $4.97 at Walmart this past year. Are you kidding me? $5 a piece? That's nuts if you ask me. But orange dipped chocolate dipped orange slices. Bright orange slices. Smooth, rich chocolate. Just like this chocolate slices shaped like an orange in specialty stores. Yes. I wasn't sure if I was going to I like chocolate orange, don't get me wrong. But I wasn't quite sure I was going to like this in wax form. But I did. I warmed this. I savored it. And I saved my last 2 pieces for Christmas morning. And when I made beef bourguignon for Christmas. A beef bourguignon, if you're not familiar with Julia Child, it's one of her most famous recipes. This is the second time I've made it. And I made it this time with brisket. I got a side of brisket, 6 pounds. I used half in my beef bourguignon, and the other half is in my mom's freezer because I didn't know I was buying 6 pounds of brisket. I ordered 3, but the butcher told me I can only sell you a half or a whole. I'm like, okay, can you cut it in half for me at least? And he did. He did very, very easily. So beef bourguignon, when I was preparing that, it takes all day, just about. Long braising in the oven on the stovetop. It's a long process. There's burgundy wine in it. It's delicious. I had this going. And Marty gave me one of these in my stocking. I usually buy it for him and give it to him to put in my stocking because he always forgets to buy my chocolate orange. So, and I'm the one that likes the dark chocolate, the red box ones. And they seem to go fast out here. So I always buy it when I see it. I kind of grimaced a little bit at $4.97, really? But I bought it because I want one. And sometimes I get 2 a year, but this time I only got 1. And I only have 1 bag left of the Ghirardelli peppermint bark. And that will last me the whole year. So, chocolate dipped orange slices. If you want a little taste of nostalgia and a little taste of orangey chocolate, I will say I haven't seen a vendor offer chocolate orange in wax until Dessa. So I like that a lot. Hayride in Vermont. There's my hay again. With juicy Mac apples and crunchy fall leaves. This is a creamy version of Mac apple with a little bit of crunch of the hay. I liked this one. This one is about all the Mac apple I can tolerate at a time. I'm finding I need Mac apple. It's got to be done with a tasteful hand because it can get overbearing quite easily, in my opinion. Um, I like when Mac apple is creamy and it's blended with something else because then it's a little bit more tolerable for me. Hayride in Vermont. I like that one. Cinnabon, another one that's in the favorite sampler. This is doughy center of a cinnamon roll with cream cheese frosting. More dough than cinnamon. This really, and I said last time I went in the airport several months ago, I was getting me a damn Cinnabon. Do you think I got a Cinnabon? No. I didn't get a Cinnabon. You know why? Because the Salt Lake Airport, I don't even think it has a damn Cinnabon in it for me to even get it. And I fly direct. There's a direct flight. I fly Delta. There's a direct flight to Pittsburgh from Salt Lake. So I don't even get to go down to Atlanta to go to that huge ass place to even find a Cinnabon. And they don't have Cinnabons where my dad lives in Pennsylvania. So it wasn't meant to be. Not meant to have my damn Cinnabon. That's okay. I don't eat it anyways. But I want one. You know what I mean? It smells like that. So I'm kind of jealous of you guys that have Cinnabons close to you. My husband, when we lived in the East, when we lived in West Virginia before we moved out here, I think it was Burger King, and they might even still partner with Cinnabon. They used to have, was it Burger King? No. Taco Bell. Maybe Burger King did it too. I have a feeling it was both places because he used to get Cinnabon, the little mini Cinnabons from Burger King when he would go there for breakfast in the morning. We used to do McDonald's breakfast and Burger King breakfast on the weekends. Chick-fil-A too, but not all the time. Taco Bell has the little Cinnabon balls, I think. We don't go to Taco Bell anymore to get them, but I've had a little bit here and there. And I wish, they have Cinnabon coffee creamer from International Delight, but not a sugar-free version. I can't drink regular coffee cream anymore. It's just liquid sugar. So I can't do it. So I'm not meant to have Cinnabon. So I've got to buy it in my wax. Okay, enough of that one. Carnival Nights on the Beach. Okay, this is Beach Nights and Cotton Candy Confection. That is her house blend of all the delicious, scrumptious, sticky finger cotton candy oils that Dessa has in her arsenal. Blended with Beach Nights. She's got a true, authentic, rich, luscious Beach Nights, guys. It is the true McCoy. So, Carnival Nights on the Beach. Take that as you will. Finally, I have 3 ones left from Rose Girls. Bodacious Bowser. So Jenny Oakes owns Rose Girls from Oshkosh, Wisconsin. And she retired her Mario-inspired collection with Christmas of 2025. Bigger and better things are on the horizon, and she might keep a few of the popular blends around. She's just got to rename them. I don't know if, there's some trademarking issues or she's just tired of it. I don't know. But I absolutely loved the hell out of Bodacious Bowser, and it didn't come back. It came back in a different form. But it's not this. I didn't want it with anything else. I wanted it with this, but that's okay. You can't get what you want in life all the time. Dunk My Donut, Monster Cookie, Waffle Cone, and Green Apple. But it's not green apple like you think. In my opinion, in my nose, the Fuji apple oil that's floating around out there. L3 has it. And when Jenny's mom was in business, she had it and Jenny has it. And there might be another vendor or so that has it. I can't remember right now who that is or if there even is one. It smells so freaking good. It's like a baked apple. It's bakery apple. Apple cake, apple cookies, apple on steroids, but sweet apple bakery on steroids. Monster Cookie, it's one of my favorite cookie oils out there. Jenny wears the crown in my department, my opinion, I should say, in the sugar cookie department. She holds the crown with that Monster Cookie oil. Dunk My Donut is cinnamon sugar donuts. And then Waffle Cone is Waffle Cone. I love Bodacious Bowser, but we won't see him again, most likely. So, sayonara, Bodacious Bowser. Sweaters on the Beach. This is Sweater Weather. Frosted Winter Berries, Beach Nights. That's it. The pause in my voice. Sweater Weather, Frosted Winter Berries, and Beach Nights. There we go. I liked this. Was it sweater weather heavy? Yes. But it had enough integrity of the berries and the beach nights for me to pick those out when it was warming. I liked this. It was something different for fall. And finally, we have, this was a little muffin that I ordered from Rose Girls a little bit here and there throughout a year, but I don't order tons anymore. And if I do, I don't film them. I don't end up filming them. I don't know why. I just don't. But no hate against Jenny or anything. It's just, I don't film everything I buy, like I know a lot of you guys don't either. But this is Copacabana Beach. This is dynamite. I've had customs from other vendors since I purchased this last year, and this is always going to be on my customs list because this is one of the most delicious, creamy cantaloupe blends I have ever smelled in my whole wax warming life. This is cantaloupe, coconut milk, and Delicia Drench 59. So, Sol de Janeiro. You get the cantaloupe. I have a little bit of, I bought 2 of these. I have a little bit of it left and I'm going to be finishing up. No Hoard 2026. This smells like rich, luscious cantaloupe, creamy coconut milk, and a little bit of Delicia Drench. But Jenny has a little bit more cantaloupe in hers than the other 2 oils. And it's delicious, beautiful. Maybe it'll come back in the spring. Maybe it'll be voted back in. Lisa and Jay put a word in Jenny's ear. So they're the new admins for Rose Girls team. So that is part 2 of my empties. Part 3 will consist of I Know, Sassy Girl Aroma, Teddy Bees, and a couple other ones out there. I can't remember right now, but I hope you enjoyed this video. If you continued watching it through the end, forgive my little humorous banter. That's just who I am, me, unapologetically me. Be real, not perfect. And if you're having the winter blues, you're not alone. And if you think that this year is the year that you need to ask for some help with whatever you're dealing with, it's okay. It's not a weakness. You're not alone in that either. And always find your safe space and always stay true to yourself. So with that, I will see you soon. And thanks so much for watching.